Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to welcome you all today. Today, we are here to explore an important topic in the field of quality assurance. Our presentation is titled Dr. S.K. Singh, Ph.D., Qualification and Validation QA, and it focuses on the essential aspects of qualification and validation within QA processes. Over the course of this session, we will cover key concepts, best practices, and practical insights. So, let's get started and dive into this informative journey together. Let's begin by introducing QVQA. QVQA stands for Quality Assurance, and its main role is to oversee the entire qualification and validation lifecycle. This means we're ensuring that systems, equipment, and processes are thoroughly checked and validated to be fit for their intended use. This function is critical because it directly impacts key areas like product quality, patient safety, and regulatory compliance. When we talk about validation, we're making sure that the output is consistent and meets all specified requirements. In essence, validation helps us confirm that everything works as it should, reliably producing the desired results every time. This overall process is vital for maintaining trust in our products and ensuring safety and compliance across the board. Let's talk about validation. Validation involves processes, methods, and systems that help ensure everything works as it should. Remember, qualification always comes before validation because you need to verify that equipment and systems are properly set up before confirming they perform correctly. There are different types of validation we need to be familiar with. Process validation, or PV, confirms that manufacturing processes produce consistent, quality results. Cleaning validation makes sure that cleaning procedures effectively remove contaminants. Analytical method validation verifies that testing methods are accurate and reliable. Computer system validation, or CSV, ensures that computer systems function correctly and securely. And utility system validation covers essential infrastructure like HVAC and water systems. A key point here is that a life cycle approach is necessary worldwide. That means we look at validation as an ongoing process, from initial setup through ongoing operations, to ensure continuous compliance and quality. Now let's differentiate qualification from validation. Qualification focuses on verifying that equipment, utilities, and facilities are suitable for their intended use. It involves specific stages: DQ, IQ, OQ, and PQ. Design qualification, or DQ, confirms that the design meets the requirements. Installation qualification, IQ, checks that everything has been installed correctly. Operational qualification, OQ, tests that equipment operates as intended under normal conditions. Lastly, performance qualification, PQ, verifies that the equipment performs reliably during actual production. The ultimate goal of qualification is to ensure that equipment and systems perform as they're supposed to, supporting consistent quality and compliance throughout the process. Now, let's take a closer look at the validation lifecycle approach. This approach ensures that our processes are thoroughly designed, qualified, and continuously verified. First, we focus on process design, which is about developing a robust process that meets all requirements. Next comes process qualification, where we validate that the process performs consistently and reliably. Finally, continued process verification involves ongoing monitoring to ensure sustained performance over time. It's important to note that continuous monitoring isn't just recommended, it's mandatory. This ongoing oversight is crucial to maintaining control and quality throughout the product lifecycle. Central to this entire approach is the role of QVQA, or Quality Validation and Quality Assurance. They serve as an independent QA oversight body, ensuring all validation activities are conducted properly and in compliance with GMP and regulatory guidelines. The QVQA has review and approval authority over key documents and activities, including protocols, reports, deviations, and change controls. This independent oversight helps us maintain integrity, compliance, and ultimately, product quality throughout the life cycle. Now, let's talk about the key responsibilities in this part of the process. First, it's crucial to review and approve several critical documents. These include the Validation Master Plan, or VMP, which outlines the overall validation strategy, and the User Requirement Specification, or URS, which defines what the user needs from the system or equipment. We also need to carefully review the protocols and reports for DQ, IQ, OQ, and PQ. These are the phases of validation that ensure everything works as intended. Ensuring traceability is another key point. That means we need to connect the dots clearly from the URS, through testing, and into the final reports. Everything should be linked so we can follow the process seamlessly. Data integrity is equally important. We follow the ALCOA plus principles: attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, accurate, and plus factors, to make sure the data we collect and report is trustworthy and reliable. Finally, all documentation must strictly adhere to the approved protocols and reports. This ensures consistency, compliance, and that our validation activities stand up to audit and review. Keeping these responsibilities at the forefront helps us maintain quality and integrity throughout the validation lifecycle. Let's talk about execution oversight. This is all about making sure we follow the right processes throughout the testing phase. First, we need to ensure protocol adherence, meaning everyone sticks to the approved procedures. It's crucial that test execution is carried out exactly as per the SOP, or standard operating procedures, to maintain consistency and reliability. Proper sampling and testing are also key, collecting the right samples and performing tests accurately to get valid results. Sometimes, it's necessary to witness critical activities, especially if they have a big impact on the outcome. This helps ensure everything is done correctly and transparently. Lastly, we have to verify that any deviations from the plan are handled properly, meaning they're identified, documented, and addressed according to our protocols. Overall, this oversight helps us maintain quality and integrity throughout the process, keeping everything aligned with our overall project objectives. Let's talk about the risk-based approach. When applying quality risk management, as outlined in ICH Q9, the goal is to focus our attention where it really matters most. First, we identify the critical quality attributes, or CQAs, which are the key characteristics that must be maintained to ensure product quality. Alongside that, we look at critical process parameters, or CPPs, which are the process variables that can impact those CQAs. It's crucial that we evaluate the worst-case conditions. These are the scenarios that could potentially pose the greatest risk to quality. By doing so, we ensure that our process remains robust under challenging circumstances. And of course, all of this requires a solid scientific and statistical justification. We need to base our decisions on data and sound reasoning, which helps us make confident, risk-informed choices throughout the development and manufacturing process. This approach ties directly into our overarching goal: to ensure consistent quality while efficiently managing potential risks. Let's talk about change control and revalidation. When we encounter any modifications, whether it's equipment changes, process updates, or facility upgrades, it's essential to evaluate their impact thoroughly. This means looking at how these changes might affect product quality, safety, or compliance. Once we've assessed the impact, the next step is deciding whether requalification or revalidation is necessary. Not every change requires a full revalidation, but we need to be confident that the change hasn't compromised the process. It's also crucial to ensure that proper change control procedures are followed. This includes documenting the change, reviewing it thoroughly, and implementing it in a controlled manner. Doing so helps maintain consistency, compliance, and ultimately the integrity of our products and processes. Remember, effective change control isn't just about compliance. It's about safeguarding quality at every step. Now, let's discuss deviation and CAPA handling. When we review deviations during validation, it's essential to thoroughly investigate what went wrong or what didn't go as planned. This helps us understand the root cause of the issue. A critical part of this process is conducting a solid root cause analysis, or RCA, to identify the underlying reasons behind the deviation. Without this, we risk just addressing the surface problem rather than preventing future occurrences. Next, we need to assess the effectiveness of the CAPA, or corrective and preventive actions, that we implement. It's important to verify that these actions truly resolve the issue and prevent it from happening again. Finally, before closing out the deviation, we must get proper approval to confirm that all corrective actions have been completed satisfactorily. This step ensures accountability and that our quality standards are maintained throughout the process. By handling deviations systematically and thoroughly, we reinforce our commitment to quality and continuous improvement in validation. Now, let's talk about audit and inspection readiness. This is a crucial part of maintaining compliance and ensuring smooth operations. First, you need to prepare for various types of inspections, including regulatory inspections from agencies like the US FDA, EMA, and WHO. These inspections are essential to verify that your processes meet international standards. In addition to regulatory inspections, you also need to be ready for internal and external audits. Internal audits help you identify and address any gaps proactively, while external audits are often part of your compliance verification process with partners or authorities. To be truly prepared, it's vital to ensure that your documentation is complete and up to date. This means having all records readily accessible and properly organized. Data integrity is also a key factor, making sure your data is accurate, consistent, and reliable at all times. Supporting inspectors during these visits is equally important. Be ready to provide validation evidence that demonstrates your processes are robust and compliant. Clear, thorough documentation and transparency can go a long way in building trust and passing inspections smoothly. Overall, being audit and inspection ready is about proactive preparation, meticulous documentation, and supporting the process with integrity. This approach not only helps you avoid surprises, but also reinforces your commitment to quality and compliance across the board. Let's take a look at the skills and competencies of QVQA. First, a strong knowledge of GMP regulations is essential, as it ensures we are complying with industry standards and maintaining product quality. Understanding validation principles is equally important, since they form the backbone of our quality assurance processes. Risk management is also a key component, helping us anticipate and mitigate potential issues before they impact the product. Moving on to skills, technical writing plays a vital role in clearly documenting procedures and findings, which is crucial for transparency and compliance. Analytical thinking allows us to evaluate data effectively and make informed decisions. Attention to detail ensures that nothing slips through the cracks, maintaining the integrity of our work. Lastly, cross-functional collaboration is fundamental. Working closely with production, QC, and engineering teams helps us align our efforts and foster a unified approach to quality. These skills and competencies collectively enable us to uphold the highest standards in our quality assurance efforts and support the overall success of our organization. For further support, please don't hesitate to contact us. We're here to help you with any questions or additional information you might need. And finally, I want to sincerely thank you all for your time and attention today. Your engagement is what makes these discussions meaningful. Remember, we're always available to assist you as you apply what you've learned. Thanks again, and have a great day.